Hello, I'm going to be talking about the Presence book. I want to start off by saying what is presence, and this really stood out to me. This quote says, "Presence is confidence without arrogance," which means that you need to be confident in yourself and carry yourself with a mountain of authority, but also at the same time, you can't go overboard and be arrogant or cocky because that will just come off in the totally opposite way you wanted it to. Um, but I'm going to be referring to chapters 8 and 9 next for my topic, which is Body Shapes the Mind. And this was really interesting to me because um, success and power is all a mindset. And she talks about in here, she starts off with talking about how the roly-poly bug, his body language when she tried to pick him up, he got curled up and defensive. And then she related that to when she was in the passenger seat, whoever was driving, that's how she would be in the passenger seat because she couldn't trust the driver as the bug couldn't trust her when she picked up the bug. This is interesting to me because our body just has reactions without us even thinking about it. It's our fight or flight triggers. And this comes a lot has to do with how we hold ourselves and how we think about ourselves. She talks about the participants in class, the ones who are confident and participate, hold themselves upright, raise their hands directly up when they're answering a question, and the ones that are non-participators kind of hurled over their desks, and when they wanted to ask a question, they'd raise their hand apologetically. That was interesting to me because she said that the non-participators had just as good as grades as the participators, but their body language was completely different, and I think that's based on how they view themselves. And then she goes on to say in chapter 8 about, she talks about power posing, and that was interesting to me because our body can trick our mind into what we want it to think. So if we want to be confident and go in with authority to a presentation or to anything, meeting someone, it could be anything, we have to almost put our shoulders back, cock our chest up a little bit, keep our head up, and really think about, because first impressions, you only get one, and it's within the first maybe 3 seconds of when someone sees you or starts talking to you. And that really struck me because I never thought about that going into, a new job. I'm just kind of, minute to minute, just doing what I think is best. I don't really think about how it comes off towards other people. And that's a big thing to take into the professional life. With how you sit in meetings, I would always, be twirling my hair, picking my split ends, or slouched over when my back started to hurt during a meeting. And I didn't realize that my body language could come off to others as if I was uninterested or bored. But in all reality, I was just doing whatever felt comfortable. So that's probably one of the biggest things is body language that I've learned from this book, and how body language can help or hurt your presence. Body language has everything to do with presence, and in my mind, presence was just being physically present, but it's also being mentally present, and people can tell. Coworkers or bosses or whoever can tell when you're not mentally present in the workplace. And so that's a big takeaway from this book.